everyone. Welcome to Economics. We're back. It's Mark, it's Bryon, and Josh in the booth. It's the Geekonomics Show. We're back for another week, another show. We got a lot to cover, a lot going on.
We do.
We're getting ready for the big holiday weekend.
Labor Day weekend.
Yes,
and
September is coming up quickly.
And we don't have D&D to play on this week. Thank God.
I know. A holiday without a D&D session.
It's actually
the amazing things that happen. This whole last weekend, I had nothing, and it was, like, glorious. I haven't had a nothing weekend in forever, and I didn't do a dang thing. I did absolutely nothing all weekend.
You seem to say that every weekend, though, because your vacation, you didn't do anything, and then last
But I mean,
weekend...
like, I did, like, we actually went out and did, like, dinners and stuff. I mean, like, literally barely left the house. Like, I left the house to grab Claire, Dunkin', and Starbucks, I think, were the 2 times I went out of the house.
Yeah.
And that was it. So.
Wow.
But anyways, we got a lot more to talk about. It's Bash in Berlin weekend coming up as well.
Yes, it's going to be
picks
big.
We'll be doing at the end of the show. But I'm sure Bryon has a bunch of stuff that we're going to talk about today. So we'll go to Bryon and he can fill us in on everything we got going on for the show this week.
Well, Marcus, we got the Bash in Berlin. I got a few things to talk about. Some games coming out I'm excited about. We didn't really have any major news this week about anything. I'm just trying to
Act Like got canceled.
Oh, yes. That was the biggest news.
Yes. And there was a petition to bring it back, and only 15,000 people signed up for it.
Well, the thing is, here it is. It wasn't a well-written show.
No.
It was a bad-written
Yes.
show. On paper, did the synopsis of that show sound great? Sure. We were all looking forward to it. But it just was not well written.
Yeah.
And I don't think a season 2 would have saved that.
No.
Also, that show cost like $180 million. So Disney needs to break even or make money back.
Yes.
And if the ratings came out, they go by watched hours. It was the lowest season finale for any Star Wars show ever. So that just tells you people stopped watching. After episode 3, it dipped, and it continued to dip. Now, traditional television, traditionally, when you have a show week to week, you want the ratings to go higher, 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 and the finale, you want the finale of any season to bring in more people than the first episode brought in.
Yes.
Because word of mouth. Acolyte was opposite of that. I think word of mouth was, don't watch this, it's not worth your time, and it just went downhill. So I'm not surprised. It doesn't shock me at all. I don't know why there's a petition, but if people loved it and they want to come back.
I don't know who these people are that loved it.
Good for them.
I really would, not for nothing, if you're out there. I really would like to talk to somebody who liked this show. And I want to know what their reasons were, why they thought it was good.
Well, you can like something.
I know, we're just interested. Not like I don't want to pick on them or anything. I really want to know what they saw that I didn't see.
Honestly, I didn't know anybody who really talked about it but us.
Yeah.
Hey, from what I read, I guess people are hoping that with a more consistent overarching control and being in control by one, like Filoni, the whole time, they were hoping that season 2 would be better.
Well, it is
but
like
you still have to build, There
was one thing that come out of this past week is that Disney has officially announced that they are handing the reins to Star Wars over to Dave Filoni. Like, he is like the executive in charge of everything. He is like the Kevin Feige of the Star Wars universe now.
No, he's the. That was months ago. He's the.
No, Bryon, there was still some stuff
they
under
just did that,
other
like,
people's
this past
control.
week. They said like now it's like he is the Kevin Feige of the Star Wars.
I thought
universe.
he was just consultant.
No, now he's like the full-on head of everything.
No, well, that's Kathleen Kennedy. She's
No,
the head of
like I
Lucasfilm.
guess they're
Well, I mean,
putting
like,
him in creative control
Yeah, he's like the
instead
Kevin
of
Feige
Kathleen
guy.
Kennedy. Kathleen Kennedy
It's
will
just
just
like
be in
the-
charge of Star Wars.
Yeah, she's just
He'll
like
be
the
in charge
Lucasfilm
like
person.
Filoni.
Yeah.
She's in charge of the Star Wars. He's in charge of the Star Wars product. She's in charge of Lucasfilm, which handles like Indiana Jones, all the other Lucasfilm products.
All the other stuff that's been bad.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah. I don't know. I
Yeah.
mean, I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm kind of. I mean, I'm indifferent when it comes to Star Wars television shows at this
Yeah,
point.
I mean, we still got Andor coming, so that's a good
Yeah,
sign.
I mean, I will watch Andor, but other than that, I really have no.
But I guess that's what they're saying
indifferent.
because the Filoni stuff actually was good, whereas this had only partial Filoni. Like, he wasn't fully invested
He
in
barely
it.
was involved in this.
So
Yeah.
he wasn't invested until the reshoots.
Yeah.
Well,
Which,
So
I don't
people
know
are
what
hoping that
reshoots
they
they
can at least
did
have him
because
do
I mean,
it.
you can't save a sinking ship. I mean, it was kind of like you just kind of just patch the holes as best you can.
I don't even know because
He's probably involved in like the fight scenes because those are like the best parts of the show.
well, the fight scenes were decent.
Yeah.
Probably were the highlight of the whole.
But speaking of things that didn't do well,
Mm.
you see The Crow came out and no
Man,
one saw it.
We're really coming out hitting.
Well, these are
low.
like the big things that happened.
That's true. I forgot. The Crow came out.
It made like $4 million. It was a $50 million budget for that movie.
Well, everybody knew it wasn't going to do well.
Yeah.
And honestly, let's be honest. Nobody wants a remake of this classic.
Yeah.
The original is perfect as is. Just leave it alone. Go ahead, make a sequel. They've already done this 4 other times, and they all failed.
Yeah.
I don't really understand what the thinking was. I think when the first trailer came out, they were hoping for a positive pop. They got a negative pop, and then the movie got pushed. So I think they knew it wasn't going to do well. It got buried in August.
Yeah.
So I feel like they set it out to fail. I really didn't hear much promotion about it. I saw
the trailers and things. That's about it. But
I bet you, like Borderlands, it's going to be on streaming in less than a month.
oh yeah.
Yeah.
But like even though
Borderlands is going to be in streaming the end of this week.
This week. Not that that's gonna save it or anything.
No, well, they just need to get it out there.
Yeah, I just want to get rid of it.
Yeah.
But even though the Acolyte did not do well, Walt Disney Motion Pictures is doing pretty well.
Well, yeah.
They bookend the top 10 from this past weekend's box office. Deadpool and Wolverine have taken back over control of that, pulling in $5.6 million just this past weekend.
Wow.
And in 10th spot, Inside Out 2 pulled in just under $700,000. Grand total Inside Out 2, ready for this? $646.3 million.
I can't even comprehend that. It's a lot of money.
Deadpool, $577.2 million.
Yeah, it's the number 1 rated R movie now.
Yeah,
How much did you say Deadpool Wolverine made this weekend?
5.6.
Crow made 4.6 on opening weekend.
Yes, that was last weekend.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, last weekend Deadpool made. Josh, is that your mic on, or is that just a plane?
That's an airplane.
Yeah. Wait a minute, that was just Sunday. That's how much money Deadpool made.
Oh.
Wait, in one day?
Yeah. This last weekend, Deadpool made $18.3 million.
I was about to say, that was a low amount you gave me.
Yeah.
I was like, was this a bad weekend for the box office?
Yeah.
Speaking of box
so in
office.
that case, The Crow made 4.6 total
Right.
for the weekend.
Yeah. It's
Inside Out made 2.1 million for the weekend.
it's going to be on streaming. Give it like 3
Yeah.
weeks. Let's move on, though, because next week, Beetlejuice comes out. We're going on Thursday night.
We are. It's my birthday gift to myself.
Well, your birthday's technically on
Friday. Yeah.
So we're going on Thursday. No,
It's an
no,
early
you
birthday.
bought two.
It's my birthday week. Thank you very much.
What are you, 5?
It's his birthday month.
Jesus.
It's my birthday one. It's like girls say all the time.
Girls do say that all the
They
time.
do.
Not 40-year-old men.
45. Thank you. I'll be 45.
Yeah, 45. So my question to you.
Yes.
Um,
I'm registered on Amazon. Oh, go ahead.
now you bought 2 tickets though.
I did.
Is Claire going?
I don't know yet.
I don't understand this. You're like, she's on the fence. For what? What is she on the fence for?
She doesn't know if she wants to go or not.
Okay. Well, I know.
I'm not gonna like delve into her mind. That's enough my own troubles to deal with. Trying to figure her
I
out.
wasn't asking for that. I wanted to know why she's on
Yeah,
the
enough
fence.
going on.
So I think as of now we have a good group going. It might be this. The funny part is in the group chat with the other guys, I said, Beetlejuice, all the information because
Yes.
our friends, you don't give them all the information. It's
I
like
don't know.
it's 9,000 questions. So I give
I gotta check and see if I gotta go to the bathroom that day.
no. So I give all
Wait,
the
wanna
If
do
you
something
don't,
in
if you
November?
don't give them all the information, they'll go to the wrong theater.
yeah. Okay.
You want to do something in November? I don't know. I think I'm working that day.
Hold on. This is what I say. This is 11:30 a.m. Thursday, September 5th at 6:35, West Springfield, Beetlejuice. I bought 4 tickets. I gave it. I go, Mark is buying his ticket. Next
Yeah.
to that, just a heads up if anyone else wants to go. Our friend, Dan, the announcer man,
Ugh.
he says this. I do, but I overslept and have to get to a pre-party to a bachelor party in 20 minutes.
A pre-party to a bachelor party?
Okay, then our friend Mike writes,
Is he
as
stripping at
long
it or
as it
something?
doesn't last past 9:05 at 6, you should be able to make the movie. Like, Dan, okay, what? This is
Because he's talking about buying tickets online is what he's talking about. He didn't know if he'd have time because he woke up late and he had to go to a pre-bachelor party. So
not my problem.
just letting you know. Just keeping you in the loop
I like.
of what he's got going on.
I put it in my journal. Okay, my Dan journal.
Yeah, I mean, it's going to be a lot of work for him. He has to order tickets for himself, and his mom, I'm assuming, is coming to this as well.
Don't forget the chicken.
No, it doesn't sound like that. Doesn't sound like they bought tickets because Dan had to go to a pre-party.
Oh, we can still buy tickets. You just have to sit with us,
Dude, it was selling out when I went to the one.
Because they put out the thing for they're opening them up even earlier. You can go on Wednesday.
I know. And see, the Wednesday thing is the moment I buy a ticket, I know I'm gonna get stuck doing a meeting. I don't want to chance it.
Yeah,
That's my
so-
luck. Thursday's a better day for me. But
Yeah.
when I was looking at the times, they were all filling up.
Yeah.
I think Beetlejuice is gonna do very well.
It is. I'm assuming so.
I hope it's good.
I got an extra
believe-
ticket, so my thought process is if Claire goes, cool. Probably not because I didn't buy an end row seat. She doesn't like not sitting on the end. So if that case, then I get a seat next to me because it's open. Then I don't have to deal with a person sitting next to me. So that's my other solution.
All right.
And I had the free tickets through the app anyways, so I really only paid like $6 for the whole thing. So the one advantage of the Cinemark app.
Yeah. Well, I hope Claire goes.
Yeah, probably not. She's not sitting on the end.
She doesn't like Beetlejuice?
She does, but she's like sitting in the middle of rows. She doesn't like getting up and walking, having to get by people to leave a row.
Wow. But there's so much space now.
It's saying
You're not even like
it's a thing.
you're not even stepping on people's toes
I
or
know
anything.
it's a thing. It's just how it is. She doesn't like sitting next to people.
Even you?
That's why she can sit in the end. She likes to be on the end, and I can sit next to her.
Oh, gotcha.
She doesn't like other people
I
around
gotcha.
her.
I
So
hear
that's
you.
the thing.
I hear you. That makes sense.
It's a
She
thing.
wants to have both armrests.
No, it's just a thing. She has it's a
All right, we don't have to get into it.
theater preference,
Gotcha.
a movie viewing preference.
All right, let's move on.
Yes.
So anyway, we'll be talking about we'll be reviewing
Yeah.
Beetlejuice either next week or if we take the week
Yes.
off the following week.
Yeah, it's just like the thing of having me watch it beforehand, and so if there's any like emotional things in it, I could pre-warn her, so she doesn't have to like be worried about like being surprised by emotional moments.
I'm sure Beetlejuice won't have any.
Well, I don't know because the dad
Emotional.
dies in the beginning of the movie.
Well, he died because he's kind
Well,
of
yeah, he's kind of a
PP
a
guy.
bad guy.
No,
Don't say those words, but he's a PP
He's a
guy.
bad guy. But yeah, so
He got caught doing bad things.
well, I know. So I'm saying she was already a little bit apprehensive because of that, like any kind of parental stuff.
Gotcha.
So
Gotcha. All right.
she's like, "You go and do it yourself, and then I'll go with you, and you could support me for it." Like, gee, thanks. It's like, well, you got Brian. I'm like, yes, I'll hold on to Brian. I'll be fine.
You can always hold on to me, Mark.
Yes.
I'm there
It'll
for
be
you, buddy.
fine.
I'm always there for
Yeah.
you. All right. Now we got that all out of the way. I'm glad we
Like
aired-
Ghostbusters Afterlife. What a gut punch that movie was.
Yes, I know. All right. I don't even know where we are with this. How, Mark? I have
How was
some
my
stuff
week?
Yeah, how was
Oh.
your week? Did you do anything? Watch anything?
I did.
Anything
I
of
watched
note?
Something.
Suits again?
No, Suits is over. I finished that a while ago. I just watched. Oh, I watched Cobra Kai
Oh yeah, that's still on.
season 3 or
Wow.
season 6. The
Oh
first
my
half of
God.
season 6 was last season.
Wow.
So they're releasing the second half in November. So
Oh, it's the stretching it out.
yeah,
sort of
yeah,
thing.
it's a new thing they do on Netflix. They if it's a good show, they give you half, and then they make you wait half a year for the other half.
Mm-hmm.
Not a big fan of it.
No.
So yeah, so watch that. It was good. Of course, it's building up to another tournament.
You think
It's kind of just I don't know.
it's the same thing? It's
Cobra Kai is like that garbage TV that you watch just because it's.
but didn't everybody love it though?
It is. It's really good. It's just it's very drama, teenagey drama stuff, like very Degrassi-esque.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like
Yeah. I mean, I kind of feel like 6 seasons is a lot, and how many more tournaments can you have?
this is the last one. The show's ending. The show's over after this.
Did you hear that there could be season 4 of
Ted Lasso.
Ted
I heard that this
Lasso's coming
morning.
back? Maybe.
Yeah, no Sudeikis. He's gonna executive produce, but he's not gonna be on it
Well, they got 3.
because his character leaves at the end of the final season. He goes back to America.
Yeah, they got 3 of the
Yeah.
major people.
Yeah, the major people that were still
right.
in England. So
Yeah.
that makes sense. They could keep going with the story
Yeah.
and have him like appear randomly. You wouldn't have to be there all the time.
No, there you go.
But
So
no, that'd
Cobra
be-
Kai was good.
Yeah, Cobra Kai was good. It's just very teen drama-y, very CW-esque.
Mm.
You know, like one of the characters has like a traumatic experience. Instead of communicating it to the people that she's friends with, she just, acts out.
As
and then
teenagers do.
yes, it's just
Right.
kind of like, oh my gosh,
I mean,
same character every time too. It's like, just someone hug this person so that way we can move on.
well, they're gonna move on. Next
They're gonna
season.
move on completely because
Yeah.
the show's ending.
The show's ending.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Netflix is yet again giving a show an ending. This is like
Yeah.
two in
Yeah.
a row. What's
Yeah.
going on here? Anything else?
Not much else. Not really watching anything. Football season's gonna start next week, so that's exciting. It actually
Ooh.
starts the day of Beetlejuice.
Wow.
Opening
That's
night.
Thursday night, right?
Another reason why Claire probably not gonna go because there's football on.
Watch any of the game day stuff?
Uh,
That started.
game day. Oh no, I didn't watch the whole thing. I caught the tail end of it on Saturday.
Yeah. Seamus is the only one who picked Georgia
Yeah,
Tech.
Seamus was on it.
I know
He was amazing on it.
I heard
Yes.
he had some good picks.
So we're gonna get Brian to watch any other kind of sporting event is to put a WWE guy on it now at this point. So
I also
miss
don't
Pat.
know how.
I'm gonna miss Pat.
yeah, that's good
You-
to see who takes over that position tonight. I'm
Honestly-
assuming it's gonna be Corey Graves, but
I will say, last Monday had some of the best one-liners.
yeah, he
That-
got all that.
Oh, that's yeah.
Oh my god!
He was all the stuff he was holding in.
Well, what's his name said that when CM Punk came out and
Yeah.
they shook hands, and then what's his name next to him?
Michael Cole?
Michael Cole goes, "Yeah, I told him backstage that he goes, I told him backstage you weren't coming, so that's why he's so happy to see you. You weren't coming back." He's like, "Shut up, dude." They had some of the best one-liners, but they have such a good back and forth.
Yeah,
I'm
you can
gonna-
definitely tell they're like real friends in real life.
Yeah,
kind of
I'm
things, 'cause
gonna
they can
miss him.
Jab each other without.
Like I can't wait for he's not gonna be. He said he'll be
He'd
back, in January.
He'll be back
So
for
it's
Netflix.
only
For
the
Netflix.
4 months of college
Yeah.
football.
Yeah. But
Which
he-
would be a yearly thing. He'll leave for 4 months, do that, and then come back.
right. He's someone. His personality would make me listen to him talk to whoever. Because I watch his interview with Triple H.
Yeah.
I watch his interview when he has a wrestler on.
Yeah,
But like, he's just a funny guy.
yeah,
You know.
yeah. He has a daily show. On
I know
YouTube
he
you
does.
can watch.
You should have
Too many
seen Friday,
things to watch. Too many.
Brian.
Yeah.
You
What?
should have seen his show Friday.
They were at a pub
They
in
did it from
Dublin.
a pub in Dublin.
Yeah.
by the end of it, he
Seamus was
Blitzkrieg.
feeding people Guinness, and Pat down 10 during the show.
I wouldn't be surprised if that was. I don't know if he has it or if he owns it. If that's like Seamus's pub that he owns or something. Because there
No,
was
it was
No, he
it's
was
just
just
some
bartending.
random guy from
a
Ireland.
lot of free beer that he was handing
Yeah,
out.
but it's
You're a
like some
celebrity,
just some
Mark.
random
You
guy
get that.
because I guess he was
No, just
either
the
friends
whole
with
bar or
Sheamus
whatever,
or
but
knew
yeah.
Sheamus before he joined
Well, that's where-
WWE.
Seamus is from
Yeah.
Dublin. That's where he grew up.
So,
I'm
and he
assuming
just-
would know
Yeah,
everybody there.
that guy made tons of money.
He did. There was people outside, people inside. It was crazy.
Mm-hmm. So anyway, football season's
Football
back
season
in the
starts.
swing.
College football's up and running. We had a classic ending to the Daytona 500, or not Daytona 500, the Coke Zero Sugar 500.
Coke Zero Sugar.
400.
Isn't that an oxymoron to say
Yes.
Coke Zero Sugar?
It's the 400 mark.
It's the 400, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, on Saturday night.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which confused me because I didn't even realize it was happening because it was a Saturday night.
Yeah. No, exactly. But no, it was one of those like out of nowhere underdog wins that I just like was sitting there watching, and I'm like, oh man, I could hear my dad screaming at the TV right now. So that was fun.
Nice.
But besides that, yeah, just a regular casual week.
Did you see the truck driver that won and dislocated his shoulder?
I did see that. I was going to talk about that next. There was a guy who won the truck race. I didn't watch the race, but I saw it online.
A truck race.
Truck race. They have a
Okay.
truck series.
Gotcha.
He got out of it was his first win ever in the truck series. He got out and he was like celebrating, and he pulled a Sami Zayn. I don't know if you ever just saw the Sami Zayn clip when Sami Zayn debuted.
Yeah.
He was like pumping his arms like this and pumped his arm so hard this way he literally dislocated his own shoulder. Just like threw his own shoulder out of socket.
No.
Like literally he got off the truck after that, and like the crew had to like pop his shoulder back in for him.
I don't.
Yeah. Sami Zayn did the same thing. He did even worse. He like pulled like a whole like tore the ligaments in his arm because he does that thing where he pumps his arms up in the air.
Yeah, yeah.
In his very first match, he was against I think Cena. He comes out and he like pumps his arms in the air, and he pumped his arm like really hard like this, and he just like literally just like threw his whole shoulder right out of his arm, and like had like have his arm pop back in before they could start the match. They would like and then he was out for like 6 months after that because he had to have surgery and everything to fix everything.
Right.
Inside.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
'Cause he tore the ligaments and everything.
Because it really happened. It wasn't part of the storyline.
No, yeah, like he really like was like he does this used to this thing
Yeah.
where he would like pump his arms really hard and he just went wham like really hard like that and just like wrenched his shoulder completely apart.
Didn't he also fall when he came back through the gate?
Something like that, yeah.
He came running back in and literally tripped and slid across the stage.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah, it was a comedy of errors. That's Sami Zayn. He's quite
So-
the character.
So anyway, so this truck driver won.
He won.
Pulled his shoulder out.
Blew his shoulder out, put his crew put it back in.
Oh,
You can see the video online.
All right, I will not check that out because it sounds horrible.
You don't see anything. It's just he's in his
I
driving suit. and
know, but
everything,
just knowing it happened is
Yeah,
bad. I have a low tolerance for that. Like,
Yeah.
I don't want to see. Well, you and me, we did our ETV show
we did.
this past Wednesday,
We did.
We
With our
had
guest,
Always Morning.
Yes, was our guest.
and our brand new host, Nicole.
Brand new host took over.
Yes, she did great.
Nicola Rose.
She did
Of
fantastic.
Stafford Speedway fame.
Right. She did great.
Yes.
It felt, I'll tell you so much. I went into that week
Don't tell me too much.
not feeling nervous. I was just like, oh, it feels so good.
Keep it to a slow minimum.
Yeah.
Don't tell me. Let me tell you too much.
I went into the week. What are you laughing at your own joke?
You said it yourself. You said,
What?
let me tell you too much. Like, maybe not so much. We only have a certain amount of time.
Oh, I meant to say, I thought you said, let me tell you. I need to say it. I got to rewind.
Let me share too much
It,
information
it
with you
did
right now.
sound like you said too much.
You
Oh,
did,
I
you
don't
did.
think
You
I was
said,
saying
let
too
me-
much. I
You
was
did.
just
You
saying,
let me.
like,
You should let me share
my
too
bad, my bad.
much. I was like,
I'm not going to give you
keep
too
it to
much.
yourself. We don't want to like.
I went into the week
I went into the week and I was very aroused.
not nervous. It was so nice. But she did great. It all worked out. I think Always Morning was fantastic.
Yeah, they were great. They were great. I'm listening to them all weekend.
Yeah, definitely my
They're
top
on the.
five.
They're on our Spotify playlist, which you can catch on the Spotify.
Nice.
Yeah.
They're in my Apple iTunes playlist,
We
which I
have-
can catch on my phone.
Yes, we have two on the Spotify. We have the explicit version, which has every song that they have available of every band that's been on the show. And then we have the Safe for Work version, which doesn't have any explicit songs on it.
Gotcha.
So you can listen to either one.
Nice. That's very exciting.
Yeah.
And how does someone find that?
I guess just go to Spotify and
Search
EQ
Equilibrium.
TV playlist
Okay.
or alumni playlist, I think it's called.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah. EQ TV alumni. It's also linked on our Facebook page for the show, so
Okay.
that's probably the easiest way to find it.
But Always Morning, look them up. They're fantastic.
Yes.
And
Yes.
that show should be out when on YouTube?
Next week.
Cool. So the debut of our new host.
Yes.
And I'm hoping
Next week on Access channels. Not sure when the Wax is
right.
airing, but
It airs Thursday nights on the Wax.
does.
At 10 o'clock,
I think 9.
9 o'clock, and Saturdays.
I'm not sure
What?
when the repeat is. It was Sundays. They move it.
I thought it was Saturdays.
They move it depending on the time of year.
Sports.
Sports. Yeah.
Gotcha.
So it kind of floats.
So it's
the
Thursdays at
replay.
9.
Thursdays at 9 for sure.
Yes, and then
And
another
then
day.
a
randomly.
floating
floating
repeat.
day. That's cool.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, sometimes Saturday, I think sometimes Sundays,
Yeah.
depending on scheduling.
So definitely check that out. On YouTube, we will make sure we post it everywhere.
Yeah.
And if you follow Equilibrium TV on Facebook, you'll get all the updates.
Yes, and we're booked through the end of this year, and soon going to start booking next season.
Yeah, I mean,
start mapping that
technically,
out.
we only have September, October, November, because December taken off, right?
Well, we take off the recording of it, but it'll be
yeah. All right.
Yeah. We have plans, so we won't be missing any months.
Gotcha. We always got plans.
Yeah, I think we're gonna do a best of the season episode.
Yeah, I think we should because we have actually 2 unreleased Christmas songs.
One.
I thought we had 2.
Nope, just the one.
We just have the one.
Yeah.
Well, then
There's an idea that kind of
fizzled.
It
was tough. People weren't prepared for it.
Yeah.
I thought we had 2.
No, the second one was going to, but then they backed out last minute.
Oh, I really thought we had 2.
No, I only got the one.
Well, anyway.
Yeah, which is great because we'll still be that one.
You can
song.
end the show off with that, or have it in the middle, or something.
Yeah. So I have a plan. I've been kind of hashing it out. So we'll see what happens.
Best of the Year is always a good show because it's a mix. It's a mixtape.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
yes.
So people can watch that episode and see a whole bunch of different bands.
Yeah.
So
yeah, best of.
Best of, baby.
Yeah.
I can't believe we're already talking about best ofs.
Yeah.
I don't like this.
Yeah.
Every
it
store,
goes by fast.
Every store I go to, everything's Halloween and fall now.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I was at Costco. They had an aisle for Christmas.
Yeah.
I almost puked.
Christmas starts early now.
All over. Christmas always starts early.
Yeah.
I almost puked all over. I'm like, ugh.
Yeah.
Anyway.
So I think this past week was 4 months from Christmas.
Yeah, I don't want to think about it.
Yeah. I've not bought anything for Christmas, so
why would you?
I don't know. People do that.
If you're psychotic.
I don't know. I guess if you like the Prime Day deals, if you see something that you think someone's gonna want,
I guess
it's not a bad idea to grab it when you see it.
I guess I just buy it for myself.
Yeah.
The one thing
I'm not buying anything for myself for the next month, so
why?
It's my birthday.
That's true.
I don't want to ruin anyone's birthday presents.
So what's Claire getting you?
I have no idea.
Oh.
What do you think I ask? Like I don't.
You know. You're like, I know what Lego sets you want. She's probably gonna get.
Well, I don't know which ones she's got me.
Oh.
It could be any of them.
It's very exciting to find out.
It is.
All right.
I'm a very easy guy to buy for.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, yeah. I've learned the hard way. You're not an easy guy because you buy everything.
Well, no, I've learned not to do that.
This past weekend,
yes,
was Allison's birthday.
Ah,
and we went to the.
She just turned 21. No, congratulations. She finally can drink legally.
I know. We went to the New Haven Cat Cafe.
Oh boy,
which was awesome.
Nice.
I only want to mention it because we had a great time there. And New Haven, as much as I haven't been to New Haven in a very long time. And no reason to. It's a nice little area.
Yes, I've heard the same. A lot of bands down there. A lot of venues, bars, and such. Yeah,
there was a great Mexican restaurant we went to, but the New Haven Cat Cafe was really interesting because you went in one side, the cafe part, then you buy time, you go in, all the cats are up for adoption. Then on the wall, this was so cool, it gives you a bio of each cat. Yeah. Also, it tells you which cats, where they like to be pet. Because cats are very finicky.
Yes, they are.
And it'd be like, do not pet the cat on the head. It will try to bite you.
Try to swipe at you.
Yeah.
It'll bop you.
Of course, the last 10 minutes, there's this female cat, Victoria, jumps in my lap, purring up a storm. And I'm like, oh, I guess I can't get up now. And the woman there's like, well, you guys got to leave. And I'm like, this cat. Well, she's like, well, the cat's already adopted, if that matters. I go, oh, we're not adopting a cat. We just want to hang out with the cats. Yeah. Of course, you have the friendliest one in the bunch.
Yeah, kind of like bop it on the butt and off it goes.
And I'm like, aw. Then we went to Stanley Park, and I was attacked by a
goose?
a young goose. It was a baby 2 months ago. It was this big.
Yeah.
It's now bigger, and we have video of it
Chasing
attacking my shorts,
Yeah.
grabbing my shirt,
Yeah.
pulling my shirt. I was feeding it bird food.
That's your first mistake.
Then I wiped all the dust on my shorts.
Yeah.
He would not leave me alone.
Yeah.
Once they stood up, they all left. But it's very humorous because it was literally
Called your mother.
biting at
Yes.
my shorts.
Yeah.
It didn't hurt or anything, but it was a fun time. We had a great weekend. I got to see lots of different animals and whatnot. So
At least 2.
we saw the ducks, we saw the squirrels, we saw the chipmunks, we saw the geese, then we saw the cats. You know,
Yeah.
we have our own backyard filled with lots
After
of
dark.
After dark, baby.
Saw the video pop up.
We do it every Sunday.
Oh boy.
Every Sunday.
So Brian, I don't know if we've ever talked about this on the show. You have your own YouTube channel. You have multiple YouTube channels.
I have a lot of YouTube
You have
channels.
a lot of YouTube channels. But you have a YouTube channel where you
I've talked about this.
long record animals.
With
in your backyard?
Backyard buddies, Mark. Backyard buddies.
Oh, okay.
We've been doing it for 3 years now. 3 years, which is crazy to think about.
Yeah.
The reason we started it is because we would fill up phones and our cameras with all this animal footage.
Yeah.
And I said, this was near the tail end of COVID. We're home a lot. And I said, why don't we just start a YouTube channel and put the stuff up there? And it's because people love animal videos.
Yeah.
And you know what? We can unload some of this. What are we
GoPros?
doing?
You use GoPros?
You know, what are we doing?
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's been just a fun little hobby that Allison and me do. And we post Monday through Friday, and then we go live twice on Sundays.
Wow.
We've been doing it for 3 years. Going live twice, I've always gone live on Sundays for the last 2 years.
Yeah.
We just started doing the night stuff. People do like it. We talked to some interesting folks.
I bet.
There was a guy we talked to from Australia who
Nice.
doesn't have skunks in Australia, come to
Yeah.
find out. And he was very excited to see the raccoons.
Oh,
Super excited.
wow.
And yeah, there's some people that actually come on every live stream and talk and stuff. It's a
Wow.
fun time.
Nice.
Yeah. Yeah, it's just a fun thing.
How many subscribers you guys got on that? Do you post about the music show on there? Or this show?
No, I keep them all separate.
Might be a bad idea.
Backyard Buddies is doing pretty well for
Might
itself.
be a bad idea.
It's doing pretty well.
I know how many subscribers you have.
Oh, you do?
Hey, there are people that do Twitch streams where they have it set up where if you donate, it feeds animals and stuff. Like there's zoos that do that now, and like wildlife parks and ponds.
Yeah.
Where like you donate bits,
Yeah.
or you subscribe, and it drops food.
Yeah.
Oh,
Like those
that's cool.
machines.
Oh, yeah.
We have
I
one
don't
of
have
those.
that technology.
We have one of those
What?
robots that I can send the cat treats.
Oh, I have one of those too.
Yeah.
So when we left the house, I was shooting
Yeah.
treats at my cats.
Yeah. You can do the same thing with your animals
That's pretty funny.
in your backyard.
Anyway, yeah. So you know. It's taken 3 years to get all that.
I know.
It's been a
You-
lot
you
of
could- you
work.
could
People that
play
you
the
could be
music
promoting the
behind
show
it.
on about. That's all I'm saying.
You know,
The animals don't talk, Mark.
no,
You say you're in
could-
live chats.
But you could do
You
the
could
music.
chat
You
to
could
the
do the
people.
music from the show behind it and put little lower thirds of song
don't-
from.
I don't do copyrighted music. I don't do copyrighted music.
Doesn't mean you couldn't put a thing at the end and stills or whatever, you know? Like, check out our other stuff that we do.
Let's see what I can do there, Mark. Let's see what I can do.
I mean, geez, you had like a very popular Twin Peaks podcast. Never promoted this show on either, but you know.
No, at the end of the show, I always
I
talk.
promote our show on and other stuff.
First of all, at the end of my Twin Peaks show, I'd always say I do Geekonomics. And we've cross-broadcasted shows on our Geekonomics, Twin Peaks. But I don't do Twin Peaks podcast
I know,
anymore.
yeah. Your cohort's coming in here Wednesday, I think.
Oh, Ben's
Yeah.
coming in. Nice.
Yeah.
Anyway, I don't know why we went off the rails. Yes, Backyard Buddies.
Backyard Buddies, check it out.
Yeah.
See no promotions for this show on there.
Why? What, I'm going to make an animal talk? The animals don't talk. There's no voices, no faces.
How cool would that be, though, if you can get somebody? You know guys that do animation. That'd be fun. Have like animated squirrel come on, make a mascot.
I don't want to do that.
That'd be cool, though.
It would be cool. Well, there's 2 games that are coming out this week. One
Yes.
ties in a little bit, which I'll get into.
Animal Crossing?
next time we do the show. But it's a very funny game that Allison and me, especially me, I've been following the making of this thing.
The Guy Game 2.
No, Squirrel with a Gun.
Squirrel with a gun.
Demos came out during COVID, and it went viral. And the game's actually coming out on Steam the August 29th. Console version's coming in October. It looks like a lot of fun. It's basically, if you're familiar with Goat Simulator, this is your squirrel. You do wacky things. You can shoot guns. And it looks like a lot of fun. It was just at Gamescom. It was at Summerfest. Like, a lot of footage out there. I'm looking forward to it. And then on top of that, this week also Star Wars Outlaws comes out. I'm hyped about this game. The reviews are out this week, actually today. It's getting 7s, 8s, around that. That's kind of where I thought it would land.
Yeah.
I do want to pick it up, but I think I might wait because they did say there's some bugs, and people did suggest waiting until there's a day one update, a patch. Yeah. So I'm probably going to wait a little bit on it, but I am excited for it. The videos I have watched make me excited to play it.
Yeah.
Like, I'm still hyped.
I'll see you in 4 years.
Why?
Oh, so I seem to wait for games now. I'm the Brian Kazaska video game playing.
Well, you're still playing Fallout. Have you beaten it?
No. I've slowed down on my Fallout playing.
I know. You're so close to the end.
I know. I'm doing all like the Preston Garvey.
DJ Vance stuff?
JD Vance missions.
JD Vance missions?
Yes.
Couch sitting?
The Preston Garvey missions.
Oh. Well, come on, get on it, Mark. You got to finish the game before the end of the year.
Yeah, I'll get around to it.
All right.
It's a long walk thing that I'm not a fan of. This is like Red Dead Redemption all over again.
Yeah, but Red Dead was better because you can run and get a horse.
I know, but even still, you had to like do that whole scene where you just ride the horse for miles on end to get to Mexico.
That was the end. It wasn't even that long.
No, the very first game.
Yes, I remember that. I played it. It wasn't that long.
For me, I felt like I did something wrong because I like rode a horse for a long time.
I prepared myself when I played Red Dead 1 before Red Dead 2 came out because I've never finished it.
Yeah.
I did that thinking, and I was like, oh, it was not even that long.
I think I took a wrong turn
You did somewhere because it was not long at all. It was like 5 minutes.
So I think you're
maybe?
supposed to take a boat across, and I somehow rode the horse all the way around.
Yeah.
So that's what took
Yeah,
forever.
you did something
But even
weird.
still, it was just, I don't know. I just dreading the walking.
That's my least favorite thing about Fallout games is when you become encumbered, you walk slowly.
Yes.
And you don't want to get rid of certain things.
Yeah.
I hate that mechanic.
Yeah.
I'm not a fan of it.
Yeah.
And granted, I loved Fallout 4.
Especially if you're in a power suit.
Yes.
Which is already heavy.
Right.
It's like, well, then that's not my fault that I'm in a power suit. So
A power suit, you should be able to hold
You should
more.
be able to hold way more than what you're at.
Right. Yeah. It's my least favorite thing.
I don't know.
But I still love the game. But
yeah.
I choose not to play any more Fallout games because, well, I played Fallout 4 and Fallout 4 is amazing. And
Yeah.
unless Fallout 5 comes out and it's like awesome.
Yeah.
I'll check it out. But
yeah.
anyway, I think we hit upon everything, Mark. I think it's time. Yeah, it's 12 o'clock.
Okay.
Anything we're missing before we jump into
I don't think so.
Bash in Berlin?
I don't think so.
Okay.
All right. It's time. It's time. It's picking. Time. It's now time for the Geekonomics Wrestling Challenge. Brian's very excited. He came in very excited about this.
Yeah.
Speaking of that, we're starting off the Bash in Berlin. I keep wanting to say Bash at the Beach, but it's not.
Dude, I keep wanting to
Bash
say
Berlin.
Bash in Berlin.
It is Bash in Berlin.
Bash in Berlin. Yeah, whatever.
Yes.
I don't know.
There's an old WCW pay-per-view, Bash at the Beach, which messes my brain because this is what every time I want to say that instead of, which I think is messing up wrestlers as well. Because a lot of wrestlers are saying Bash at Berlin, and they're messing up the name because they're all at Bash at the Beach. Was a WCW and I think an NXT pay-per-view for a little while as well.
You're right.
So it throws everybody off.
I've dubbed a couple.
It was a bad choice of stuff. But anyways, we're going to start this off not with a match that's happening on the PLE.
This is a bonus for us.
This is a bonus because last week on SmackDown, Mr. Yeah himself, LA Knight, issued an open challenge for the United States Championship. The open challenge is a thing that we haven't seen used often since the old John Cena United States Championship open challenge days. So we're going to have two things we're going to pick. First off, you're going to pick who the challenger is going to be.
Yep.
So we're going to go ahead and do that first.
Okay.
So we'll start with Brian. Who do you think is going to be the challenger for LA Knight's United States Championship this Friday?
If I'm going with the SmackDown storylines, my educated guess is Andrade.
Andrade?
Is it Andrade? Andrada or Andrade?
Andrade.
I'm going to say his name wrong.
Day.
Yes.
Andrada.
Just say Mr. Charlotte Flair. That's a lot easier.
Andrade.
Yes.
Andrade.
Don't try to say his full Mexican name.
Ilio.
El Idolo.
Yeah.
You'd never get that.
I'm not going to say that. I'm going to say him. I'm going to say LA Knight keeps it. So I'm going.
Well, we're just picking the challenger right now.
Oh, sorry.
I mean,
I
you
didn't
jumped
think-
ahead.
Does
so
it
that's
matter?
fine. Well, I was going to try to make some drama out of this
All
situation.
right. I apologize. You know what? I retract who I think is going to win.
Well, too late now. You've already ruined it.
Andrade.
Andrade.
Okay.
All right.
Who's next?
So your challenger goes below where it says challenger,
Yes, his pick.
and your pick goes where the winner is going to be.
Pick Andrade.
So
Oh,
yes. Get it now?
Gotcha.
Got it. All right. Josh,
Well,
after Brian's
firstly,
debacle, who do you think is going to be the challenger for LA Knights?
but
US
firstly, Bash at the
Championship.
Beach was created by Dusty Rhodes,
Yes.
ran from 1994 to 2000,
Uh-huh.
and then was picked up by AEW.
Oh,
It was
okay.
used once, and then they changed the name.
Yes.
Just because I was looking at it, because I was
Thank
questioning
you,
it too.
seducer producer.
Thank you for checking the information we didn't ask for.
Hey,
Who's going to be the challenger for LA Knights
I
belt?
think it'd be interesting for it to be AJ Styles.
Ooh, it's a deep cut.
Because they have met up before,
Mm.
and
He's been back in the background. He hasn't been on
yeah, he's been
live.
in the background.
He
but
went
hasn't
heel,
actually-
disappeared.
No, he's been on the... He was wrestling in Japan
Yeah,
for a little bit.
that's-
But what
the
I'm
other
saying
thing
is
is
he
he did
went
the-
heel on TV and
Yes.
just totally disappeared.
Yes. Well, he did have one feud, I think. He feuded with Cody for a change.
Yeah,
That's
he
when he
did
went
the-
heel.
he
And
did
that
the
was
Cody
it.
heel, and then
feud.
he didn't. After that, he didn't do anything.
Yeah, we haven't seen him since.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
I just think it would be interesting.
Okay. All right.
Do you want me to say who I think is going to win, or
I
not?
might as well because Brian already ruined it.
Brian ruined
Already
it.
ruined the bit, so might as well just
What's
keep
the
going.
bit? What's the no?
Because he was
Josh,
gonna- he was gonna-
don't
he
say
was-
it.
no,
Don't
no.
say it. Don't say it.
No, he was just going to extend it longer. He was going to make it longer.
I
Try to
know.
make it.
He was
yeah,
going to make
try
it
to
go
make it more drama.
Pick, then
Yeah.
Don't say it, Josh. Don't say who you think's gonna
You
win.
already said
you
who you
already
think's gonna
broke.
win.
You already killed it, Brian.
You already ruined it.
All right, fine.
And just to be different, I'm going to say AJ, just because
Wow.
we need. I think we need more story for LA Knight than just he won the belt, yay!
Well, he had a story against Logan Paul.
Yeah, and then Logan Paul ruined that.
Well, I think his story is coming because he has the people underneath that are going after his belt with the Escobar, Andrade, Carmelo Hayes.
Well, that's what I mean. Is it would be good to see
that whole thing's
a
going
bunch
on,
of
so-
guys vying for the
Well, I think that's what's gonna happen. is they're
yeah,
gonna-
so,
I think
to
that's
build
where
up the
story's
U.S. and these guys.
going. I think since it's an open challenge, means anyone from any brand can show up or anywhere can show up.
It's an open challenge. Yeah.
This match is happening in Berlin, and there's only one German wrestler on the roster of either show. I think Ludwig Kaiser is going to be the
That'd be
challenger
interesting.
Interesting.
from Raw. And I don't think he'll win. I think LA Knight will win.
I think LA Knight's still gonna win.
I think it's just a way to get Kaiser a match in Berlin
Mm-hmm.
since he's not going to be on the PLE.
So the challenger is 2 points,
Correct.
and then if we get the pick right, that's another 2 points.
Correct, because it's a championship match.
Gotcha.
So a total of 4 points are available.
So this is a big bonus for us.
Yeah. Well,
This
for
is?
us, Josh is so far behind. It really wouldn't mean anything.
It could help him out, though.
I mean, it'd get him to less than 10 points behind us.
Still.
So
All right, let's jump into the Bash and Berlin now.
let's jump into the matches that are going to be actually happening at the Bash and Berlin.
Oh, I can't wait.
Starting off with-
These are good matches, I tell you that.
All right. Wow. Talk about too much information. The
What?
WWE Women's Tag
These are
Team
good.
Championship.
These are good matches.
The Unholy Union of Alba Fire and Isla Dawn are up against Bianca Belair and Jade Cargill.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to go to Josh for the first pick this time. Are Unholy Union going to retain?
I think
Or Bianca and Jade going to take it back?
I think Unholy Union's going to lose.
Okay.
I just think it would be. They don't really seem to be doing anything. Like, it's sort of weird how, like, they did this whole thing to combine all the tag team belts through NXT, but you hardly ever see anything other than, like, a, 4v4, or, there really hasn't been a good tag match recently for the women. So I would hope that they're trying to build it back. but
Okay. So you're Bianca and Jade.
I think
are
it's
your
Bianca and Jade.
pick. All right. Brian, who you got?
Interesting, Josh, because I see it differently. Wow, this is interesting. I like it. So for me personally, even though I think Bianca Belair and Jade Cargill are amazing,
Yes.
when they had the belt, I hate to say this, it was kind of boring. Once the Unholy Union got their hands on the belt, I think things personally have gotten more interesting.
Things have business has picked up, if you will.
I think this is interesting that Josh sees differently. But I will say this, and I'll give you my pick. On Monday Night Raw, there was the three-way with Unholy Union, these two, and then the new bad tag team name. What are they called?
Pure Fusion Collective.
The worst name for a tag team, I think.
PFC.
That audience during that whole match, did you notice? Nobody got cheered. It was like you could hear a pin drop. It was bonkers. Now I noticed.
I think there's some
that was a weird match.
Yeah.
The match was good, but the audience
Didn't
was
care.
like didn't care.
It was like a Final Testament match.
It was
Well, that's what I'm saying is, like,
it was
Unholy
weird.
Union is a good tag team.
No, they're
but it just
good.
seems like
But they're SmackDown.
everything. No, I'm saying everything around the women's tag in general has been.
Right.
That's what I mean.
So anyway, just to go back to
Since
that,
it started, it's been that way. Let's be honest.
I will. For me personally,
No one cares about the
when
women's
they
tag
had
team
the
title
belt, it got kind of stale.
Yeah.
Giving it to Unholy Union basically changes things up. With the new tag team coming in, I think
Well, old new.
because they've now joined forces.
They were the champions before.
Yeah, they're not my favorite. Also, we have don't forget
Damage Control.
Damage Control, which are great. Yeah. I'm gonna say Unholy Union holds on to the belt, just because I don't feel like we're ready for the other two to get their belt back, and I kind of personally I kind of like it when they don't have the belt because it seems like there's more of a challenge happening. So I'm gonna go Unholy Union.
All right.
They keep it.
All right. I'm gonna go Bianca and Jade because I think they're gonna start the turn of one of them to then go after Nia Jax down the road. So I think that's what we're heading towards.
Well, that's Nia Jax is Naomi. It seems to be there's something going on there.
No, that's not gonna. Yeah, no. She's with Me Chin right now. They're sputtering with the Nia Jax because there's no one to really compete against her. Your two main people that
Tiffy.
would go against her.
Tiffy's going to turn on her.
I know.
We all
I know
know what's
that.
going to happen.
But
And
I'm saying,
people really don't like Nia
the
Jax,
two-
especially now that she's doing the Queen stuff.
yeah, the two real possible active people that have any chance of doing anything in a match against her are in a tag team right now.
Yeah, that's why
Bianca
I'm
and
saying
Jade.
I think
So
Tiffy's going to take her out.
I know that, but I'm saying so I think they have to get to that point where they have to give more people to. I know they're like doing this tag team thing to get Jade ready to be solo,
She should be solo, I
and
think.
I think that's what they're heading towards.
Yeah.
And I think you have to have the belts on those two to make it worth her turning.
Interesting.
So
All
I think
right.
that's where they're heading towards.
All right.
Next up, we have the strap match.
I've never seen a strap match, but I'm
The
very
rubber
excited.
match between CM Punk and Drew McIntyre.
Now, they're strapped together
They
Yes.
are. They're strapped to the wrist.
at the wrist, and they have to go at each corner of the
You
ring.
have to incapacitate your opponent to the point where you can run. You can go around and tag each
corner
corner post,
to win.
and when you hit all 4 of them, you win.
Right.
And it's not in a row. You have to. It like
It's in a row,
right?
It's in a row. You have to do it in a
you're
row.
uninterrupted. That's right.
Uninterrupted. You have to tag
Yeah.
all 4. So you can like go 3, and then like your opponent could pull you off and start hitting you again.
Yeah.
Once they hit you again.
Once they hit you, it
then
starts
at
over.
0 again. Then
Right.
you have to go back and have to do all 4.
Interesting.
Or
This is
start
going to be
from-
good.
Usually, it's an old 70s gimmick that they don't use often.
It's
They
basically
don't
a
use
bull
in
rope.
America,
It's-
basically. Yeah, it's a bull rope match, same kind of thing.
Yeah.
It's just different versions of the same thing.
All right. Who's going first on this one, Mark?
You can go first, Brian.
So, yet again, this is going to be a great match. My heart and my head is telling me
You are
CM
a WWE writer's like dream.
All right,
'Cause everything they put out, you're like, spectacular, guys. Fantastic.
Not-
no notes.
Not
no
really,
notes.
not really. There's some things that I
No
go,
notes,
eh.
boys.
All right, you make me laugh. Don't look at me. So, I listen. Drew won already in SummerSlam. Drew won in SummerSlam. So, I feel like we have to give it to CM Punk at this point because Bad Blood's coming up next. Do we have a trilogy? Does
This is the end of the trilogy. This is the 3rd match.
This is the second match.
The third match.
What was the first one?
Uh,
SummerSlam was the first match. If
that
I'm
their first
if I'm
match?
wrong, I'm wrong.
I'm pretty sure this would be considered the 3rd.
yeah.
But
Wasn't
where was the
first one?
first? Is what I'm asking you because SummerSlam was the first time they actually had a match. No,
No, because they
yes,
fought before
SummerSlam
that.
was the first.
No,
match.
that's right.
Yeah,
That's
'cause
right.
The
Second
first
one.
time they met was in Royal Rumble, so
Right,
technically
yeah.
this is the second match. Yes.
So Bad Blood would be the trilogy. If they-
Bad Blood would be the 3rd.
It would be the third.
Yes.
If
Yeah.
so, I feel like
Stop staring into the void.
I'm looking at this camera, but look at Mark. CM Punk, if he happens, I feel like Drew, man, he is like he could destroy him in this match. I really believe
could.
so. I'm going CM Punk.
CM Punk is your pick.
Unless we go trilogy and then
They're
CM
gonna go
Punk.
trilogy. It's always a trilogy.
Unless CM Punk wins in Bad Blood, but I don't know.
All right, Josh, who you got? Brian's over the moon about this match. How do you feel about it?
Well, I have seen strap and bull rope matches before.
He's like,
The worst ones are the cowbell matches, where they actually have a cowbell on it and they beat the crap out
well,
of
that's
each
just a
other
bull
with.
rope. It just got
I
a
know,
power bell on
but
it.
that's what I mean. That's crazy.
That's why it's called a bull rope and not
yes.
a rope
Yes,
match.
that's not a strap match. Yes.
Yes.
Just because I had the idea that it was going to be a 3-part thing.
Yes.
I think CM Punk wins this one.
Yeah,
And
'cause
then
Drew won
they-
the first one, correct? Or who won the first one?
No, Drew won because
Drew.
remember
Oh, okay.
CM Punk went after Seth for having the
Yes.
Oh,
bracelet.
that's right, yes,
I
yes.
remember.
Yes, yes.
So he's going to make sure he doesn't screw himself this time.
well, there won't
Right.
be anyone to pick up the bracelet
Right.
this time.
And
so-
that's why I think CM Punk has a better chance of winning because he cannot get his ego in the way to trip him up like in the
well,
past.
you hope not. Yeah.
But even still, I think in the thought process of it being a 3-part, I see CM Punk winning this, especially since it's a strap match.
Yeah.
And because you think, oh, well, Drew's bigger. He should be more dominant because there's a strap involved. But then you get guys beating the crap out of each other and especially when they start using the strap as part of as a weapon, it basically makes everyone equal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
Well,
CM Punk.
okay. Well, just because, it's storytelling, and if you need a main event for Bad Blood or a other main event for Bad Blood, this would be that match. But I think you're gonna have so many things at Bad Blood. There's a lot of bad blood in WWE, so it makes sense they're doing this pay-per-view. So I think to make it the story move along, you have to have CM Punk win this one to then set up the third and final,
Right.
like, blow-off match, so to speak.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'll say CM Punk too, just to make it the
Wow.
clean
So
sweep.
it's this clean sweep. First one we've had in a while.
And that way, CM Punk can be the true AEW champion again.
Yes. I think like if CM Punk does win this match, I think we're heading towards a Hell in a Cell at Bad Blood.
Yeah, that's
That would be cool. Yeah.
bring back the towers from that David Arquette movie.
Yes, the Tower of the All right, next up we have a mixed tag team match. Brian's very excited for this
I'm
match.
very excited for this one. This is the match.
Damian Priest and Rhea Ripley up against Dominic Mysterio and Liv Morgan.
The Terror Twins.
So we're gonna go to Josh to go first on this one, just to make Brian wait in
Because he's
anticipation.
so excited. He's
Just
so,
so
excited.
excited.
I'm so
He
excited
can't
at
control
this
it.
one.
He's yeeting all over himself.
Yeet. Yeet.
Yeet. All right, Josh, who you got?
Stop eating yourself. Man,
No.
he's sweaty because he's eating all over.
He's very yeety in there.
Yeah.
A lot of yeeting going on.
Man, it's so yeeting in
It's
here.
so yeety in here. Man, it's quite the yeet outside.
Okay.
Yes.
I think it would be an interesting match because I can't see Dom and Liv not having the rest of the Judgment Day helping them out.
Uh-huh.
But I think the twins are going to win.
Okay.
And
Damian
I also
and
think
Rhea.
it's interesting that they're doing this with the rumors of them possibly bringing back the mixed tag show.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Mixed Max Challenge.
Yeah.
Is what it was
There's
called.
talk of them doing a speed type thing with it.
Oh, that'd be cool. All right, Brian, you're writing down your answer as we speak.
Mm-hmm.
Who do you got? I'm seeing your answer, and I'm kind of surprised you're writing that down.
Me too. And here's why. So this one,
Kind of annoyed at
obviously,
the same time because I was going to go against the grain on this one.
I think like all these are some of my favorite wrestlers right here for Monday Night Raw.
Uh-huh.
I personally think that we need, there's been a great storyline happening. There's been a lot of push with the Terror Twins. We had a great chase scene in Monday Night Raw through the concession stand, which was awesome.
Yes.
And I think that we need Damian Priest and Rhea to lose this first match against Dominic and Liv Morgan because I feel we're going to go towards Bad Blood. I feel like this is going to culminate at Bad Blood. So I kind of feel like this match, there's no belt at stake, so you can have Dominic and Liv Morgan win, and it's not going to nothing's going to happen with the belts. So I know Liv Morgan has a belt, and so I feel like Dominic and Liv Morgan are going to win this because of shenanigans from Judgment Day. That's what I think. I think shenanigans are going to allow them to win this, but I feel like at Bad Blood, I think that's where we could have Damian Priest and Rhea win something, or something could happen.
Okay.
So I'm going to go with Dominic and Liv Morgan on this one.
All right. Reminding everybody that we are a point apart, Brian and myself. Brian is up with 57 points. I'm at 56. Josh is in third with 44. So I need to start making up some ground here somehow. So I liked your idea. I was thinking kind of the same, I think. But then as you were talking, it popped in my head. What a great way to set up a match between Liv and Rhea for Bad Blood than to have Rhea pin Liv. And then
That was
he
my
hold
other
it
thought.
over her and be like, I've already pinned you.
Yeah.
I can beat you.
Yeah.
I want my belt back.
Yeah.
So shenanigans aside from the Judgment Day,
Yeah.
I could see Damian taking out multiple members of the Judgment Day.
Yes.
Somehow, some way, hook or crook, Rhea pins Liv. Then they set up the Bad Blood match
Yeah.
between the two of them.
Yeah, I think it's going to go
And
there.
then they could even set up Damien and Finn at Bad Blood
That's going to be a good match.
as well.
Yeah.
So I'm going to go Damien and Rhea to win.
All right. I like your thinking. I mean, honestly, this could go either way. They've been really good at kind
I'm
of.
putting down their terrible name, the Terror Twins.
I like the Terror
I think it's
Twins.
a terrible name.
I like the Terror Twins.
There could be so much better names for them. Anyways, I mean, they can just go with OJD in the original Judgment Day. You know, works for Roman Reigns. Intercontinental Championship. This was the last match. I forgot to erase that. That doesn't happen. That's already happened.
I was
Can't
about to
erase that.
say.
Yeah, I was copying and pasting, so I didn't take that off. I was using it as my template,
Oh.
so you can scratch that off because it doesn't exist.
Yeah, that does not happen.
Because they're starting the
The
first
bracket.
number one contenders bracket starts tonight.
Yes.
Undisputed WWE Championship match. The champion Cody Rhodes up against the challenger KO Kevin Owens. Brian, who you got?
This is very interesting. This week, I'm like, okay, Cody Rhodes is going to win. But why is he up against Kevin Owens? Now, honestly, obviously, I just started getting into like wrestling the beginning of this year, I know last year, so I don't know all the history of everybody.
Yes.
Now, there was an interesting things that I try to follow the stories, what little things they say. Kevin Owens just fought Waller not that long ago, and he was basically saying, I'm an easy win. I'm a loser. That's why people wrestle me. And he was getting really testy. And I was also thinking about how AJ Styles did the whole, I'm going to retire. And then he turned heel on Cody Rhodes and then disappeared.
Yeah.
And I'm like, why did they do that? Because now he's just gone. What a waste. But then I was thinking to myself, okay, if Cody Rhodes is going to win this, would Kevin Owens at the end, they're going to do the whole, we're bros. And then like Kevin Owens is going to turn heel because it would give his character something different to do because right now he seems aggravated that he's just a whipping boy.
Yeah.
Then on SmackDown, these are all the thoughts I had before watching SmackDown. Watch SmackDown, and they show a highlight reel of Kevin Owens
turning
turning
everybody.
heel. And then they start playing it up. And Cody Rhodes, there was that scene at the end of the match. They did a tag team.
Yes.
He had the belt, and he ran up to him, and then he handed it to him.
Yeah.
And Cody Rhodes just like he's doing that look like,
Yeah.
should I trust him? And
Yeah.
there's this whole
Yeah.
I should trust you thing.
Yeah.
And now I'm like, wow. Okay.
Yes.
So I think Cody Rhodes, yes, he wins, obviously. But I think this allows Kevin Owens to turn heel. That's my side prediction. If he doesn't, whatever. But I feel like Kevin Owens needs to do more because right now he's not doing much. So I feel like Cody Rhodes keeps the belt. Kevin Owens, we might see him turn heel and go in a different direction.
Yeah.
That's all.
Okay. Josh, who you got?
I agree. I think it's going to be Cody, and I have a feeling if he doesn't become a heel, he at least becomes like an antagonist type of guy.
Yeah.
You know, he might not go full heel, but he's going to be like Randy is most of the time, where he's a bad guy, but he's not the bad guy. But
Okay.
Cody wins.
So Cody. I also think Cody's going to win. But the different thing I think is with Kevin Owens is that him and Randy will team back up again to become Rated KO.
Just
after this.
RKO.
Yeah, I know, but I like calling it Rated KO better.
But he's not rated.
Well, he used to call himself Rated RKO back.
He's
in the day.
rated M.
That was with Edge.
Yeah, that was with Edge. Anyways, I think Randy and Kevin are going to team up, and they're going to go after the Bloodline, and they will become champions. And it'll be like the reverse of the Bloodline, how it used to be, where the Bloodline had all the belts. Now all the good guys will have all the belts, and the Bloodline will have no belts. And then they'll be like, they'll start turning on Solo, and they'll start having the infighting thing, and then Roman will return, and then they'll have the whole Civil War thing at War Games. So Cody winning that belt.
Okay.
And so last match we have is the World Heavyweight Championship. And since I mentioned my thing with Randy, I will go first and say Gunther's going to win because it's happening in Berlin, and Gunther's from Austria, and he's like the whole reason why they're doing this. PLE. So,
wow, that's
I'm going to
never.
put Gunther as the win. Who you got, Brian?
I would disagree though because Drew McIntyre lost in his hometown against.
Yeah, they like Gunther though.
Who he lost against? Who Drew McIntyre? He lost because of CM Punk.
Yes.
And that was against Priest.
Correct.
Right. So, yes, I agree with you, Mark. I think Gunther keeps the belt. A part of me was really on the fence about this. I'm like, does Randy Orton get the belt? So then it allows, speaking of Drew McIntyre to come in and fight Randy for the belt because there was a couple weeks ago, Drew McIntyre showed up during their little beef. And I'm like, where are they going with this? So I'm like, are they kind of something with Drew?
Yeah.
Drew wants a belt now?
Yeah.
Which I would love to see Drew fight Gunther or Randy Orton.
Yeah.
I'm going to say Gunther keeps it as well. I feel like it's too soon. Why give him the belt that quickly?
Yeah, I think it's also, at this part of the night, I think it turns into like a house show where it's just, here's some big names.
Yeah.
Here's a belt.
Yeah.
Kayfabe, everyone wins that has a belt.
Yeah, I feel like Gunther keeps it. I would be shocked if Randy Orton got it, to be honest with you. I mean, it would be cool, but I don't really see it.
Yeah.
I could see it for a storyline purposes, but Gunther keeps it. Yeah, I'm a Gunther guy.
All right, Josh, who you got?
I agree. I think Gunther's going to keep it because there's no point to it, really.
Yeah, I think Randy's just a placeholder challenger.
It's a good match. Like it's
well, it pays off the story from the King of the Ring.
Right. But I think it's going to be a good match because Randy and Gunther is going to be a good match. You know, two great wrestlers.
Yeah.
So it's going to be a good show at least.
Yeah.
But I don't think they're going to. It doesn't make sense.
Yeah, no, exactly. Yeah. Paying off the story that you had to finish, and they didn't have any other one to challenge Gunther at this point, so.
Yeah.
Why not bring in Randy and get that story over with and then move on to somebody else?
Yeah. It should be good. Yeah, it's going to be honestly, the mixed tag team match is what I'm looking for, the strap match. All of these it's a pretty solid show.
Yeah, it's a pretty stacked show. A lot of stuff going on.
Yeah.
A lot more matches than they usually have. It's like 1, 2, 3. Oh, no, it's the 5. Yeah, so the 5 usually.
But I think Bad Blood is definitely going to be.
Unlike the other company who had like 12 matches on their show this past weekend for some reason.
Who?
AEW. They had their all-in pay-per-view in England. I think it had like a total of 13 matches on the card.
Crazy. Yeah.
Well, but then half of them were free on YouTube.
Yeah.
One of them
So they had I'm just saying they had
No, but they had a whole other stuff after that.
Yeah. They had
12 matches
had,
after that.
I know, that's what I'm saying.
And they had a total of like 3 more on their pre-show.
It was like they had multiple 6-person tags, and all this stuff.
Yeah, it was crazy.
No,
and they threw a
just
gauntlet match at the beginning of the show, which took forever.
Oh, of course. Well, gauntlet matches.
So it was ridiculous.
That's when Ricochet
Ricochet up here.
I
Yeah,
know,
he debuted.
very
and
exciting.
He'll do nothing there either.
and
He will. I
Nigel
liked him.
McGuinness.
Yeah, he came back. He was an announcer.
Yeah, but he hadn't wrestled in 10 years.
Yeah.
So I want to say this before we sign off.
Yes.
Did watch Dark Side of the Ring, the plane ride from hell. Wow.
Yeah.
That's all I gotta say.
Yeah.
Holy smokes. It's interesting how that coincided with the rebranding and them cleaning house.
Yes.
And then a new era of wrestlers, John Cena and whatnot, all came in.
Yeah, got Tommy Dreamer excommunicated from his job that he had in another company.
It seemed like a lot of bad behavior happened.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
And the fact that they went through 3 alcohol carts before they even took off because they were grounded for 7 hours is insane.
Yeah.
Oh my God. The Ric Flair thing.
Yeah.
Razor Ramon.
Yeah.
I'm hearing these things about these wrestlers I watched as a kid going,
Yeah.
oh my God.
Yeah.
I guess the worst thing was Cody's dad,
Dusty.
Dusty. All he really did was use the back that back pocket as a
Yes.
spittoon.
Yeah.
Compared to what everybody else
Yeah,
did, it was
that's, like, the
pretty. It was
least of
it was
things.
nothing.
I mean, if you're trapped on a plane for 7 hours before you even take off, too, that's
It was a recipe for
a
disaster.
recipe for disaster, especially with a bunch of guys that are all hopped up on steroids or whatever else they're on.
Well, that was a crazy
yeah,
episode.
whatever else they're on.
Yeah.
You know, it's a bunch
I-
of,
and
creatined out guys that have been protein shaking all day. Or
Have you watched the Wyatt one yet?
No, I'm gonna watch it this week.
Okay.
I know he's gonna be fighting tonight up against Chad Gable.
Uncle Howdy? Yeah.
Uncle Howdy. Sorry. I will say this. I was so disappointed. I really wanted to see Maxine wrestle. We got half a match.
Yeah.
And then, of course,
Yeah.
the Wyatt 6 showed up.
Did you notice that they updated his mask?
Yes.
It's a lot more form fitting and
Yes. It's not as showy now.
Yeah.
It's more of an actual match you can wrestle with.
I tell you, every time I hear that music and the smoke, I get like the chills. I love it.
Yeah,
It's so
wow,
great.
Yeah.
It's great production
It
value.
is. It's one of the better.
I think
yeah.
they do a fantastic job with it.
They
I
do.
mean, just on a technical standpoint,
Yeah.
it gets. I was
It's
like,
the most cinematic.
it's
open
very
that they have.
cinematic. It's
Yeah.
very cool.
Yeah.
But man, Maxine, I was like, come on, Maxine, let's go, and nothing.
Nothing happened.
I know. She's not even a wrestler. She's just like a side piece there. She's not
Well,
really
she's a manager.
a manager.
Yeah. There's nothing wrong with that.
I know, but I want to see her wrestle.
Hey,
She's
she does
just
more
learning.
wrestling than some other people.
Yeah, she's learning. Give her
That's
time.
true. That's true. You know what?
She'll get there.
Chad Gable did put them down a lot, so they're just getting up their confidence now. Her,
Yes,
Otis.
That's exactly what it is.
Come on, storyline wise.
You were so into it. All right. So that's going to wrap it up for us on that note.
It's the story. What do you want from me?
She just started learning how to wrestle, is what the story is. Literally.
Yeah,
Like she's going through,
on the WWE.
like she didn't do NXT or anything.
Yeah, no. Somebody said
No, yeah,
like,
she
this
was
that
never
was
a
like the
wrestler.
first time wrestling.
Yeah, she
But
was
of course,
never a wrestler.
there was a lot of people disappointed because they were like they really wanted to see the whole match and not
Yeah.
be cut off like that.
Well, that's the usual internet folks. They're not fans of the
No,
DQ finishes.
these are. I was excited. I wanted.
Tables start running. Slide on your hair.
Anyway,
All right. Let's wrap this stuff up. People have to go to work. People have things to do. So as always, thanks for watching. We'll see you next week.
Maybe.
Or the week after, for
maybe
sure.
I don't know. No, we'll be back
And be safe. Be well. Be kind.
and rewind those tapes so you can give them to me so I can have them. Okay,
Put them
bye-bye.
on YouTube.
I'll put
Bye,
'em on
everybody.
YouTube. Bye-bye.
One of Brian's many YouTube channels.
You got it.
Night, Rocky.
Good night, Rocky.
Bye, Bobby.
Bobby told me not to say goodnight to him. He goes, "Don't ever say goodnight to me." Why?
Why?
And he's like, "I don't know." He goes, "Don't say goodnight to me." I'm like, Did we?" He's like, "No, but I don't want you to."
Good night, Bobby.
Good night, Bob.
You have a good night's sleep now.